Hey guys, Max the Game Boy here. I think it's safe to say how many of us feel about the majority of mobile games. Many of which are either digital train wrecks or good games that are destroyed by ads. But among these games are actually decent mobile games. My Singing Monsters, Supercell games, aside from the pay-to-win that is an occasional after effect, and others. But sometimes you come across a solid game that's not very well known and defies expectations. That's Candies and Curses in a nutshell. This 8-bit game rivals big company mobile games and delivers just by being a quality game that true effort and love was put into. But why all the hype? Well, allow me to get into it. Candies and Curses is a spooktacular game about Molly Pop, who after a deadly dare from her friends has to visit the old ancient spooky mansion and find her way out using a trusty flashlight. You have to navigate 6 different floors, fight various different ghosts, and using your finger swipe up and down on 4 different levels to fight off ghosts and survive as long as possible before fighting a deadly boss at the end of each stage. Now, where do I even start? First off, just how it looks. This game has a charming pixely graphic that is really sick, reminiscent of an old 8-bit game that would be on a console, not like a mobile game. Not to mention the music it's catchy, and for a mobile game, they put actual effort into these graphics and the music. I must say, somehow the 8-bit-esque graphics add to the spooky charm of the game and the many ghosts you fight off in the mansion. Not only is this game high octane and commands clever reaction timing so you can escape ghosts and fight them off, but before you go into fighting, you choose different flashlights and badges with varying effects to help your journey into the mansion and help you survive it even more. There's also an XP leveling up system where you can gain more health and gain new items, so there's always an extra incentive to play some more. Level-wise, there are 6 varying areas that get progressively more challenging with a boss at the end of each stage, and after you complete that, there's a hard mode with those 6 areas and a harder versions of bosses and enemies you fought previously. The game gets surprisingly difficult as you go on, and you'll have to level up and get used to enemy patterns. Of course, I haven't even mentioned the main mechanic of the game, after all, what it's named after, Candies and Curses. In between levels, you go into safe areas where you can choose from 3 different items, all randomly either curses or candies. Candies give you beneficial boosts, and curses are strong too, but they always have a downside. So you might get better defense, but you'll be more susceptible to fire attacks or poison attacks. You'll randomly get certain candies and certain curses, so no replay of the mansion is the same. Choosing the right candies and curses can mean the difference between life and death. As you can see here, I chose too many curses and am now being destroyed by my own allies. And although candies are helpful, you might spend too much time upgrading your defense that your offense needs some work, and by the time you get more challenging stages, you get crushed. In addition to raging boss fights and monsters, you can also encounter many neat characters and friendly allies who can heal you, give you items, and attack for you within stages. There are also even cutscenes in this game, and many characters, like I said, that you can interact with through text boxes, which is really interesting because that just shows how in-depth this game is for a mobile game, and for any game. It's really awesome to see all this love, hard work, and effort put into this game, and it would be really cool to see this game moved on to console or even PC. Anyway, getting back to the characters, a lot of them have pretty funny dialogue, tell you about the mysteries and lore of the mansion, or contribute to the story in some other way. All the characters have very unique sprites and add to the charm and effort of the game. And also, as a side note, the difficulty, it doesn't spike crazy. The difficulty is actually challenging and at a gradual and good pace for the game. Every floor has some new challenge or some new, whether it's a new enemy, a new type of obstacle, or a new technique that a boss uses. So in short, Candies and Curses is a mobile game masterpiece. It shows that you can put true effort and love into a mobile game, and it can be just as good as games on consoles. Mobile games can be good, and they don't need to be infested with ads or be lame cash grabs. They can be video game art. And well, that's Candies and Curses. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you in the next video.